Well, hi and good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Intuitive Insights. I am Dr. Yolanda Dukes, and I have an amazing guest for you guys today. And her name is Emunah Malinovitz, and she is here to talk about sacred love. Oh my gosh, welcome, Emunah. Welcome. How are you today?
Really good. Really happy to share this energy with you, with your platform, with all the listeners. It's really lighting me up.
Yeah, me too. I love this subject because, just come in contact with so many women that are in our age group that, are wondering where the love went, So I love that you can be here today to address this for us. But let's get down to the bottom. What got you started on this?
Yeah, beautiful. And before we even start, I'm going to offer a prayer for us, for the listeners, that this really serves. There's so many things that I can touch on and speak on, and I want to really invoke spirit today. I want to invoke that this serves your listeners in the most beautiful way and they can receive it deeply. So I just invoke and invite Creator of all that is to speak through me, to be present with us and all of your listeners today, that the words that I speak have meaning for them, that I speak what their souls are ready to hear at this time, and that we have a lot of fun doing it. So I just want to offer that up and allow Creator to be present through me for all of your listeners and for you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel that deeply.
Yeah, because I can talk a lot, but I don't want to talk from my head. I want to talk from my heart and my soul. And I think that's what sacred love is. And to answer your question, what got me started on this? I always, since I was a little girl, believed in love and wanted amazing love, like fairy tale, magical, incredible love. And I just thought that's what the world was like. And the world did not show up for me like that, like many of us. I had trauma after trauma. My dad, unfortunately, was murdered by the police when I was 8 years old. So that shifted my perception of the world. The world did not feel safe anymore. And I shut down. I shut down a lot of myself. But I think in that shutting down, I actually went somewhere else and started to create my connection to spirit even stronger. But it also led me to have patterns around love and relationships and men and drawing men into my life as I got older that weren't that sacred love that I had envisioned. But yet there was such a deep part of me that I'm so grateful for that never gave up on love and what was possible. I was frustrated and sad, and I would have men that couldn't love me and open their heart to me. And I blamed them for a lot, like, why? And I was mad at God and the universe, like, what is this? This sucks. And yet some part of me had the courage. I mean, I think I'm a love warrior, a spirit warrior. Like, I was willing to kind of dig through and find the parts of me that needed to get healed and whole to align so I could attract the level of love that my heart knew was possible. But it was a big journey. It was a journey over many, many years. And I just found my beautiful love 4 years ago. I'm 43, so it was when I was 39. And to my mind, that was a long time to wait for this kind of love. And I went through a lot of heartache and a lot of suffering in the meantime, and relationships that frustrated me. So I really get it. I really get it for the people listening, how challenging it can be. And one of the things, my name Emunah means faith, truth. I had that faith in love. And it's one of the things I do for the people that I work with is I hold the space of knowing, of faith, that they can have this deep love. And then we look and work with their higher self and their intuition to see what needs to be unlocked for that to happen. Because in my situation, yes, I could blame all those men for not showing up for me in the right way. But when things really started to shift is when I was able to get really vulnerable and go, why am I attracting those men? What is it in me that is drawing them to me, right? Why am I not attracting a man that has an open heart and can share that with me and meet me in these places? And because of what I shared with my dad, I had blocks and I had programs and I had limiting beliefs. And I had to take a good, honest look at that in myself. And as I got into what I call my sacred soul alignment, my love and everything came to me, my purpose, everything started to unfold. And I think that's the good news. It's an inside job. You know, it's not about the person out there, because I can't control them, but I have the power to shift myself. And that's the greatest gift.
Definitely. And I, of course, have had very similar experiences, but and you're right, you can't blame other people for being who they are when they are who they are. And having this, what almost seems unrealistic or fairy tale vision of love, you're not only holding space, it creates a glimmer of that hope for all those, and even for those men, because they're going to take that somewhere with them to the next relationship, the one after that, to their daughters. Somehow that's going to translate into their life. And it is a glimmer, but it is realistic. Today, it's realistic. 30 years ago, not so realistic, but today it is. And it is because of love warriors that that's possible. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for doing your job, right? We all are doing our pieces of the puzzle. And then it actually, it is an inside job. And then, you know, from that inside job, you get to create an amazing relationship, or in your home, you're sharing love, passion, connection. And I believe then that radiates out to the world. It blesses all of us. Like, it's a gift. And I really believe love is our sacred purpose. Having beautiful relationships and emanating love, it's not something trivial. It's something very important that we all need. But what we've seen in our world, and the world, look at it, it's a reflection. We haven't made that a priority. We think it's just supposed to happen naturally. Oh, we fall in love, it's going to be great. We don't take the time to work on ourselves, to work on the relationship. And when I say work, I don't mean, that's hard work. Like, it can be pleasurable and awesome, but we haven't learned about relationships. It's the most sad thing to me. You know, because I had that inkling and that yearning, it took me around the world studying with great teachers and travels, and you know, for 20 years. And thank God I had that passion and that fire in me, and I followed it. That's my intuition. I followed my heart that said, go here, go there, even though the mind was like, are you crazy? So, like, I remember one of my first really beautiful spiritual teachers. I mean, a couple of them I've drew them in. And this one, I felt like I knew my intuition said, he's your teacher. You're going to go wherever he is. And I was living in LA at the time, and he said, I'm doing this workshop in Canada. I was like, what? Canada? I haven't been to Canada. That's far. And I went to Canada because my heart was like, yes. You know, and I think that's also part of what a love warrior, a brave soul, someone who has the capacity to follow their heart, their intuition, it will guide us down a map to what we really want in our heart. But do we have the courage to listen? Do we have the bravery to follow it when the mind and the chatter and the other people around us are like, you're crazy, you can't do that. And all the voices are like, what are you doing? And if I hadn't followed that, wow, my life would be so different. And I wouldn't be able to be the light and the love beacon that I am today. You know, and I continue to follow it, and I continue to surrender to, okay, God, creator, divine power, what are we doing today? How can I serve? And I listen deeply.
Yeah, and that's what got me here, and that's what got us involved in this conversation, because I am in places I never thought that I would be, talking to people I never thought I would talk to. And yes, that's 100% all intuition, listening to that guiding voice in the midst of the darkness, when against all logic. So yeah, I definitely understand that.
And that's the feminine part of us. It's the divine feminine, you know, and it's in men and women. And especially for men, my heart goes out for them a lot, because they don't have a lot of forums and spaces and safe spaces to share this and develop this. It's like weird or this or that. But yet it's a part of them. And when they are around people like us, or they have a safe space, it could start to bloom in them. And this is part of the divine feminine that's waking up in our world and healing.
And did you see that in your relationship, that he changed because of just who being around you, who you are?
Totally. You know, I think inherently he had this seed in him, which is what attracted me to him. But he expresses his spirituality and his connection to the divine in a very different way than I do. Like, my guy is a surfer, he plays music, he goes to concerts. And for me, I would go, you know, sit in front of spiritual teachers and do all these spiritual things, you know, that would fill me up. When I met him, though, I was like, wow, this guy is so present. This guy is so here with me. I feel his heart. And so that felt really good. And again, my intuition said, yes, like, be present to this man. Now, my mind was thinking I was supposed to be with someone that looked completely different, did different things. And yet he's so perfect for me. And he's opened me up to see, you know, nature in a beautiful way, music in a different way that is so spiritual. And as we've been together, it's been 4 years now. One of the things I love about him the most is, you know, I'm a very magical kind of woo-woo person. I do magical stuff. And in my past relationships, I'd feel like I had to hide it, suppress it, not show up fully in myself. And he helps me feel safe. Like, even this morning, I was like talking to him about healing, and, you know, that I really needed to really work with Creator and not take everything into my body. Sometimes as a empath, I just suck it in, and that's not healthy for me. And I thought, as I had the conversation with him, oh my God, that might have been a little too weird for him. And then before he was leaving today, he said, honey, like, make sure you give all that to Creator today. You don't take it in. I'm going to send you love and energy. And I was like, wow, he really got me, and he can support me because I'm showing up. Right. And so, yeah, I've seen him show up, awaken, and we touch those places in our intimacy, and we're able to go to the intimacy and the sensual places that I always long to go to. And really, he doesn't have to show up weird or woo-woo or chant with me or pray with me or pick up crystals with me. But the most important thing is he's present with me. He opens his heart to me. He meets me, and then we can create an energetic vortex of love that is powerful, right? And so we don't have to make our men be other than they are, but there's a way we can accept who they are and love that and show up as ourselves. I think that one of the biggest challenges I see with spiritual, powerful, dynamic women who are frustrated, like, why don't I have the love that I want, is that we're actually dimming ourselves down, thinking that's what we have to do to get it.
Yes.
And the man you're meant to be with is not you're not to dim down to be with him. Like, that was part of my journey. I was doing that. You know, I had learned, I have to do all these things. And, you know, I was a good student, practicing what I needed to do to attract love. And I would attract it, but it wasn't the right love for me.
Yeah.
And then when I finally was like, I'm going to be my full self. I'm going to be in my power. I'm going to radiate it. My man, he saw me. I was out at an event, shining my light, being big, being who I am. He was like, whoa, I like her. And then he found me on Facebook and messaged me. And so I think that's a big part of us, powerful women. The world needs our light, our power, our love, our spirit, and we got to shine it. And then the right man is going to go, wow. But if you're not shining, he can't see you.
100%. And I love what you said before about he didn't look like I expected him to look like. And I reflect that from the previous video that I did, because I was telling women, like, you know, women of color were being told there's like something wrong with us if we don't date men of color. But I said, there's something wonderful and exotic about men in general. But then men from other cultures, you have these sensual languages, and like, my man's got this long hair that just makes me go, ah, you know? So did I ever think that was going to happen? No. But I mean, I fell in love with his eyes. I fell in love with who he is. And that same seed, that electricity of just like, we were just drawn to each other. It just, and we can't be torn apart. That's the cool thing. That's when you know that it's right, you know? And I don't have to dim. I can be me full on, and he's just accepting of who I am. I don't have to not be intuitive. I don't have to hide that magic. I don't have to do anything other than be me and show up as me, and he can appreciate that. So I truly appreciate the reflection of that. And I want women to know, step out of your comfort zone, man. There's people out there, there's men out there, there's, there's there's lands to be conquered, women.
Totally. And women were taught to make this list of what we want in a man, and here's how you attract him. And yes, there's truth to that. But what's on your list? The things that should be on the list are: this man is present. He lets me be my whole self. He loves all of me. He finds me beautiful and sexy. Like, I'm turned on by him. Like, I loved how you said you were drawn to your partner's eyes, his soul. Not like, my man has to be 5'7" or above. He needs to drive a car like this. He needs to do this. Because then we're looking from these very, very limited eyes.
Yes.
And my man, he doesn't look like I thought, but he's so sexy to me, so hot. He's smaller than I thought he would be, and like his body texture, but God, he meets me. He is the right man for me. And I'm so grateful that I didn't say no because he didn't look the way that I thought, or the list that I thought I was supposed to have. And when I think back to the other men that I attracted that weren't so right for me, that was all based on my mind. Oh, I should have this, and we should be doing this together, and he needs to show up this way. And so I think that's a huge problem in why a lot of times women get disappointed in love, because we're not really focused on what we authentically actually need in a partner.
Yeah.
And men want to provide it. Like, they want to be our hero. They want to show up as that man, but we've got to give them the space and the platform to do that. Right. And by not holding them in this small little perception, and I want to just kind of connect to the women that are in a relationship right now, right, that have been in one, that may be feeling like, I hear all this, Emunah, Yolanda, but this is not like, my man is not getting it, and I'm so frustrated by him. And here's the thing. We are so powerful. So what we focus on is what we create. So if you keep seeing your man as this limited, annoying, small self who can't love you and is closed, that's what you're going to keep getting from him.
Mm-hmm. Although he's capable of so much more. It's in there.
And if we can hold that space with our love and our light and our vision, he can become it. And again, it's also same thing with the mirror. If you're not happy with him, there might be some places in you that you can shift, right? Mm-hmm. And stop blaming him. But how can you look at that within yourself? And then you will be amazed at how it transforms in, the outer world. That's the metaphysics of it.
Definitely. Oh, I love that. And you are also, I saw your list for retreats. And I lit on fire when I saw Bali. I just need to do this with you at some point. Tell me about your retreats.
God, I just got back from Bali, and Bali is such an incredible, beautiful land where these people live from their hearts and souls. You can feel it in their eyes. They do these beautiful sacred offerings every day. And it's just a transmission of sacred love, which is why I brought my clients there. And so, yes, I do retreats around the world to places that have a powerful transmission and a healing to awaken us. And so I'll definitely be bringing people back to Bali again, and for Bali, I did a women's retreat where we awaken our full magical priestess energy, right? We let ourselves be in that full divine alignment of who we are. So from that alignment, we can attract what's ours to have. And the women have already, a lot of them have had breakthroughs in abundance and financial gain. It's incredible. And I know it's going to continue to ripple out for them. And then I work with couples in the same way and take them to exotic lands. And Bali is such a beautiful place for couples because the land it's so imbued with love, sacred, magic, romance. There's a lot of beautiful couples there, and I help them create the relationship of their dreams consciously and give them the tools that they were never taught to have that. And another incredible trip that I do, a couple years ago, I led people to France, to sacred France, to the caves of Mary Magdalene.
Oh my goodness.
It's so powerful because this is where it is. And on that retreat, I help people heal their own sacred masculine and feminine, get into their own sacred union within themselves, and then recreate their relationship or call in a partner from that new aligned place. And that shifts everything. I think this is where we are in the world with evolving and relationships, you know, and this is the inner work. So my France trip, my Bali trip, there's so many more places I want to take people. Peru, you know, I know that there's spiritual lands that have deep transmission for us. And when you go with a teacher like myself that can anchor you in and hold a deep sacred space, gifts are revealed, you know. And I also do local retreats. Like in this next coming up few months, I'm going to be doing a couples retreat here in San Diego locally for me, you know, because I know not everyone can get to Bali or go to France. But the other thing I do is I create custom retreats for couples. So whether they fly into San Diego for a weekend, and I design a whole weekend for them, a beautiful love weekend to reconnect, to open themselves up. I do that also for singles who want to have and create that kind of love, because I believe we're all at different stages in our life. And so the custom is so powerful because I am so deeply intuitive, and I'm able to work with their higher self and really see, okay, where are they blocked? What do we need to unlock? And we just unlock it and get them into this alignment, you know? So I love doing the custom work with people as well. And that can be done virtually or in person.
Oh, that's wonderful. And what platform do you use virtually?
I use Zoom as well.
Oh, I love Zoom.
Thank God.
Thank you for Zoom. We love you.
It is so amazing, like that we have this technology. Like I feel like I'm sitting, you know, in the living room with you right now, feeling your energy and love. And, you know, as an intuitive, I really like to look at people. I like to see them. I like to feel them. And I like to let them see me and feel me and get and receive the light. So this technology, I've been able to have clients in London and Canada, all over because of this. So thank goodness. Sometimes technology is annoying, but
yeah, we had that before off camera, like, oh my goodness, this is not working for me today. But you know, looking at it right now from this perspective of not being able to log on and do it when I would normally do it, what transpired is that when you offered your prayer, it was exactly at 11:11. So, you know what I mean?
yes.
Yeah, so I can't complain. It didn't happen when I wanted it to happen. I said, okay, I don't know what you want me to do now, but here we are.
And right when those things happen, we breathe, we communicate, we say, okay, God, universe, creator, help me. And then we found our way. And I love that. Yes. That, and you know, and I don't always pray on this. I pray always before the call, but it's not something I feel like, oh, I'm going to share that with everyone. Sometimes I hide that part of me. Bali gave me more permission because I saw people praying so beautifully and offering their sacredness and their love and how that affects them. And so when I felt my intuition, am I supposed to pray on the call? It said yes. So again, listening to that, listening, following it, trusting. And I think that's the thing I think I'm so grateful for in my life. You know, my deepest love that I have, my deepest sacred love is my connection to the divine.
It really is.
And when I have that, then all the other love in my life is a bonus and it reflects that. But what we've been taught is to look for that love outside of ourselves and in this person, and they're going to make me happy. And no one can do that for us. Mm-hmm. No one can. And they're going to constantly fail, and they're going to be constantly burdened with this heaviness that they're supposed to make us happy, when really my journey led me to find that in myself and to have that deep sacred love. And then I started to attract from that place, and not just in my romantic relationship, but the friends that I attract, you know, the people, even going to the store, like I'll have beautiful interactions with the store clerk because I'm filled with that love, and it attracts that and it inspires that in other people.
And I notice a lot more eye contact. You know, it's like before, either I wouldn't make eye contact or other people wouldn't want to make eye contact with me, but I see it a lot more just genuinely walking down the street, or I would feel very, you know, very shy, and I wouldn't want to say hi to the other person, just like, oh, you know, I don't want to say anything. But now it's like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going?
It's so powerful. Like just that blast of a smile and light, who knows how that even shifts their day. Exactly. And their life. But sometimes we limit and we think, you know, I should be doing so much more, but just a smile from a really deep place is so powerful.
It means a lot.
You know, what's funny too is I know that when I was attracting relationships from the past that weren't my highest ideal, one of the guys I was with, he'd be like, "Why are you always looking at me like so deeply? Like it's uncomfortable." I was just like, "Wow, dude." You know, no, but it's what I was attracting because I wasn't willing to own that place in me. And now my partner is always like, "Oh, look at me. I want to see you. Like, I want to connect with you." I'm like, yes. Like that's what it's about, right? Soul to soul, letting that light shine.
Definitely. I think one of the deepest feelings that I have with this man that I've never had with anyone else was the electricity. I mean, he touched me and it was a very physical, like I have never felt that before. And now we're going on 4.5 years. And even this morning he's leaving and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for you to come back. Just like hurry up and get back here. I just want to touch you. I want to kiss your face.
Totally. And that's what's possible that most people don't have, or they have it for a couple weeks and then it fades and they
Yeah.
wonder what happened to that. And that's what I'm really about, is sacred love that lasts,
Mm.
right? And love, sexuality, it is a very powerful energy. Like it's an energy, it is electric. You
Yeah.
know, we're electric beings. We're made up of electricity, water, and love, I would say. You know, and like that electricity, my man too, we both kind of like shake, like he'll touch me and it's like whoa, and he gets like a jolt of electricity by being with me, and it's like we feed that and it's a very potent force. But we have to learn how to be open to receive that, how to not be afraid of such powerful energy that's moving through us, right? And our sexuality, our intimacy is a way that we can conduct it when we have a partner that's open. But we have to learn how to do that and how to breathe through it and how to open in that energy. And then you can use that energy with that partner to create incredible magic in this world, right? But it has to be put into the hands of those that understand and do it with integrity and love. And, you know, and when we come together in love and open-heartedness, like you and your man are, it's incredible what we can experience, and there's no end to it. You know, it just gets bigger and bigger because it's expansive.
Yeah, very, very true. So from what's your professional experience? Just like what you said before, that you would look at him with these this deep loving, just you're just looking at his soul like you would with anybody else. Why does the other person have difficulty with that from your perspective?
Yeah, I think that a lot of us have wounds. You just like I had my wounds to heal from my dad dying. We've been hurt before. We're afraid of our power. I think
Mhm.
we're afraid of how light we are, how much love we can have. We have a lot of conditioning and programs of not being worthy, of not being good enough. We shy away. We have armor that we've built upon our heart. And again, you can't see this, but I can see it with my spiritual eyes when I work with a client. Like, oh, and so it's not anything bad. It's what we came here to heal and transmute. And if you're feeling stuck or scared or shy, or your partner triggers you, again, the good news is you can shift that internally, right? But you need a safe space. I create safe containers to hold my clients in a space of deep love, deep compassion, and then we can instantly start to shift those programs, that armor, so you can start to let that down and be open to receive the magnitude of this. And it can be scary because a lot of us haven't been able to have it before, based on our childhood, based on what we've seen. So it's like, whoa. And like if someone's jolting you with electricity and you don't know, it's like, what the heck? That's crazy.
And it's uncomfortable. You want to get away from it because it's uncomfortable,
Yeah.
not necessarily because you didn't love the person. It's just like you don't know what's going on. Your
Yeah.
body's not attuned to that yet.
Totally. And this is where we've got to start to make it a priority to open our hearts, heal our consciousness, heal our connections, awaken, let ourselves be loved by Creator so we can start to go, oh, that's normal. We're meant to be loved. I am love. Oh my goodness, this is the way it is. And start to radiate that energy and build our capacity to
Yes.
hold energy and create high frequency. Because as we evolve, that's what's possible. I mean, fear and doubt and worry, all that's a very low vibration, and it creates density and closure and walls. But love and spirit and truth is a open vibration that creates more joy, more love. So we've got to work on our frequency and clear some of those blocks. Then we can let the love in and we can let it flow, and that helps us just create lives that are magnificent, right? You know, we got to open our capacity to receive that we're worthy of having that. It's our divine right to live from that place of bliss and joy.
And also from a very holistic point of view, it's important to understand not only who you are as a personality, but that your body is indeed a circuit of electricity. And it does need to be conditioned for those experiences, because too much electricity will burn a circuit out, you know? So those times when things didn't work out were really good, because you're building, you know, appreciate the relationships that ended, because it's leading you to that ultimate one where it's like, your body can actually handle that without burning out. And it's good.
Right? Like we go to the gym to work out our muscles. We've got to do spiritual training to love that, hold that frequency. And I teach that too. I think that relationships are an evolution. Like, I'm so grateful for all of the men that I've been in relationship with, even especially the ones that didn't work out, because they taught me so much. And without that reflection, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. Like, they all helped me. And sometimes we expect love to look a certain way. They loved me in the way that Creator designed them to trigger parts in me that would awaken parts in me that needed to be awakened. And I'm so deeply grateful for that. Because I
follow that blueprint.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I just absolutely love that. I think before our generation, it's a little bit more difficult because we didn't have any examples of sacred love. It was really, you know, okay, you're a girl, you need to get into it, like, you need to get married. It's really, really important. You need to get married. And, you know, then you have all these kids, but then nobody teaches you about how to maintain that and what to do if the relationship doesn't work out, or even how to function emotionally and where to put all of that stuff.
Totally. And then we have shame around it because we think we're just supposed to know, and that behind the curtains everyone else is doing it right, and I have to act like I've got it, so I can't admit that I'm having a hard time, or I don't know what I don't know. Yeah. It's very, very sad. And this is the hardest thing with sacred love. And this is why I feel so inspired to teach what I teach and to share this and to like anchor it now into the planet, because I think we're ready for it. This is the next level, the next evolution of love that we're ready as humans to receive. But we have to realize, yes, no one taught us. We didn't have models. Be compassionate, but let's do this in our generation. Let's learn about this. Let's awaken ourselves. Let's be the examples for other people and radiate that so they think that's possible, and turn this around where we've got people having, you know, divorce rates sky high, and it trickles down. It trickles down to the children having issues, the children going to school and shooting each other. I mean, come on now. I believe that it starts with our own sacred love. It starts with learning about this, healing ourselves, and creating a whole new way of being. And we have to be gentle with ourselves, because, yes, no one taught us, and we don't have good models.
Yeah. So my advice would be, even before the love comes, you're learning to love yourself. Date yourself. Be with yourself. You want a relationship, and you want him to take you to these wonderful places. A lot of men don't have any idea as to what to do or even how to plan a date. So you go to those places that you love. Though you go to that show that you want to see. Don't worry about somebody else being with you. Just love it for the sake of loving it, you know, and be you.
Go out, date Creator, date the divine.
Yeah.
Have joy and be happy and enjoy it, and you will be a magnet, and you will put that energy, that vibration out, and then you're going to see when you do attract your beautiful love, he's going to be like, oh, how do you know that? Well, because you put that blueprint out into the universe. But if you walk around moping and cranky and like, no one loves me and there's not enough men and they're all taken, and and you sit on your couch watching Netflix, be bitter. That's not going to work. You're going to keep attracting that. I mean, it is the beautiful news that I found. You know, I hated it at first, believe me. But then when I realized I have the power to shift this, it's an inside job. That is the good news, because we can all do it.
Yeah, it's not, you know, the creator is out to get me. It's nothing like that at all. We're just here to learn lessons. And I think when we back away from the seriousness of it, that it's so critical, you know, like I'm in a relationship because it's fun. And my perspective very well may change if it ever stops being fun, you know. I don't want to do it if it's not fun.
Well, this is what I say to people. Like, we got to choose our relationship. Like the time that we're in now, as we've evolved, I don't need to be in a relationship. You know, I take care of myself financially. I am very independent. I'm loved. But yes, I choose to be with this man because it's fun. It's nurturing. I love sharing energy with him. But that's very different from the old paradigm where, you know, our parents and their grandparents and down the line, they had to, like, we had to be, you know, competitive. Like, we got to get a man because he's going to protect us and provide for us. And it's not like that anymore. Do you know, we don't need it, but how nice to choose it and to create it and to love it. And that creates a whole different energy, you know.
It really, really does.
And then not staying in one, but when you have that within yourself, I'm not going to stay longer, or I'm not going to put myself in a situation that's not right for me because I love myself, right? And I don't need that. I'm not like looking at this person, you have to give me the love. No, I am the love. And then you can come and be in my world and we're going to create more love together.
Exactly. You know, you show me what you love, I'll show you what I love, and then we'll make some new things that we love together, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to share one of the craziest things that happened to me when I first got into this relationship. And it was because another relationship had ended and I was feeling so incredibly heartbroken. Couldn't understand why things were the way that they were. But, you know, I was attracted to this man, wanted to be in a relationship. And I sought the advice of, you know, women that had been in relationships for 20 plus and 30 plus years. And I said, you know, how do you guys keep it together? Honestly, I want this to last. What advice do you have? Focus on his paycheck.
What?
That's really and truly the advice that I got. Don't follow that. don't follow that. That's not right. Yeah.
That is so sad. And then that makes that woman like settle and tolerate so much for that. And that's where we've got to be whole in ourselves. You know, women, like, we've got to make our own money. It doesn't mean that men can't treat us well and take us on trips and buy us gifts. Believe me, I love receiving all of that.
Oh yeah.
But I can't rely on a man in this day and age to take care of me, or else I could find myself in very harmful situations, tolerating abuse and things that I don't deserve, you know? So that is so sad and scary.
Yeah, but I wanted to share that because that actually happened. And it wasn't all that long ago that this is still where the mindset is, you know? But remember, it is a choice. If you're in that situation, it's a choice. And if you can get out of that situation by finding your joy, you know?
Yeah. And your connection. Yeah. Find your connection to a higher power. That's it, because then that's the only thing that you can really rely on and trust in. And wherever you go, that's going to be with you. It's going to guide you. It's going to take care of you. But we can't put all that on a man or his paycheck. Like, that just gives away all our power.
It really, really does. It's so new and so fulfilling to have a relationship of partnership instead of that old paradigm where you both come in together and things are very equal on the financial front. So you're not depending on that. You're okay. So what else you got? You know, I mean, he has to come in with more than that. It can't happen any other way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you can create from a whole nother level.
Yeah.
You know, you get to really be partners in life and design things and do things better for the world and create good energy, because you're not in survival. I mean, there's just a place where we're meant to be whole. I call it getting whole so you could attract your whole mate. You
Oh, I
know,
love that.
we're not meant to be a half of anything anymore. Like, that's an old paradigm. We're
Yeah.
whole beings. We got to be whole, and then, yes, create sacred partnerships with consciousness. What are we creating together? And when you have a powerful being with another powerful being co-creating, oh my goodness, the world is your oyster for real. You can create anything.
Definitely. Oh my goodness. Well, we are just about out of time. And I just, oh, I love you so very,
Oh,
very much.
I love you too. I could talk to you forever, and so grateful that the universe brought us together. Like, I feel like, what a beautiful soul sister.
Yeah, thank you. I feel the same way. And hopefully for you guys out there that are watching, that you truly find some value in this, to be yourself, love yourself. The right person will come along. There's nothing wrong with being single. You're single for reasons, you know. It's okay to take some time to date yourself and, you know, be who you really are.
Yes, that's so beautiful and so important. And just love yourself through the process. You're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
There's divine design, and the more you can listen and open to it, and just if you're listening to this, you're on the right path.
Definitely. So if people want to contact you for virtual services or for a retreat, how can they do that?
They can contact me at my website, sacredlovethatlast.com. They can also find me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Sacred Love Academy, or by my name, Emunah Malinovitz. And on my website, sacredlovethatlast.com, there is a free video series, The 3 Keys to Sacred Love That Lasts. They can put in their email and stay connected with me in that way. And I also have a special opportunity. You know, I do these sacred love breakthrough sessions where I connect with their higher self. I see where they are on their journey, what they need to open and heal, and start to get that alignment in place. I charge $250 for that session, but I wanted to give your listeners a great gift. And so anyone that's listened to this and hears this, you can have that session for only $99. And it's a session where I will connect with your higher self. I will start to help you get into alignment. We will do healing on that session. You may need more than one session. I can't guarantee it. We'll see what happens, but that will be a powerful, powerful healing for you. And again, it's a third of the cost, $99. And if you want to get one of those, you can email me. Go to my website and you can just fill out a form there to contact me, or my email is Emunah, EMUNAH, at sacredlovethatlast.com, and just email and say, I heard you on Dr. Yolanda's show, and I will honor that price for you.
That is awesome. And also, for my viewers in the Dallas area, I am giving away a quantum healing hypnosis session. Just enter the discount code XYZQHHT. One free session for this month. I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. So beautiful.